Have your angel numbers stopped showing up? Are you feeling ghosted by the universe? You're not imagining it. Something deeper is happening, and it has everything to do with where you are in your journey right now. Before diving in, leave a comment below if you've ever felt like the signs suddenly vanished just when you needed them most. Your story matters more than you know, and you're not alone in this. Because today's message might explain why those signs have gone quiet and what's waiting for you on the other side of this silence. The sacred silence of Black Saturday. Today is Black Saturday. It's the space in between, the day caught between heartbreak and hope, between the agony of Good Friday and the glory of Easter Sunday. It's a pause that carries more weight than most people realize, because it's not just a historical moment. It's a spiritual mirror of your own life. Maybe you know what it's like to stand in that in-between, not where you were, but not yet where you're meant to be. A place where your heart aches with longing, but nothing around you is changing. A place where prayers seem to rise into silence, and signs go missing just when you need them most. You begin to wonder, have I been forgotten? Did heaven close the door on me? Why can't I feel my angels anymore? But dear one, the quiet is not a punishment, it's not rejection, and it's certainly not abandonment. This silence you're feeling, it is sacred. It is a holy hush, a moment where the world seems to hold its breath because something divine is unfolding, even if you can't see it yet. Think of a seed buried in the soil. It disappears from view. It rests in the dark. No sunlight touches it. No movement is visible. And yet, that's when the miracle begins. Inside that seed, life is waking up. Not with noise, not with fireworks, but with quiet intention. Roots reaching down, shoots preparing to rise. This is what Black Saturday symbolizes for your soul. The dark may feel heavy, yes. The silence may feel unsettling. But this is not the end. This is transformation. When your angel signs stop showing up, when you feel spiritually ghosted by the universe, it's not because guidance has left you. It's because something within you is being reborn. And like every sacred rebirth, it begins in stillness, quietly, intimately, powerfully. Heaven hasn't turned away. It's leaning closer than ever, watching you cocoon, knowing that your wings are coming. Why the signs fade and what it means for you. You've grown used to the signs, repeating angel numbers like 111, 444, or 1212, feathers in unexpected places, perfectly timed songs that echo the exact words you needed, goosebumps during a moment of clarity, like the universe was nodding in agreement. Those signs became like little love notes from above, reminders that you're not alone, that you're being guided, that there's meaning behind the chaos. So when those signs stop, when the feathers stop appearing, when the numbers stop catching your eye, when the universe seems to go radio silent, it can feel jarring, personal, even a little frightening. But here's what no one talks about enough. When the signs fade, you're not being abandoned. You're being invited to a deeper level of trust. Imagine this, a child learning how to ride a bike. At first, there's someone right behind them, holding the seat, running alongside, offering encouragement every step of the way. The child feels safe, seen, supported. But then one day, the guiding hand lets go, and the child rides forward, wobbling, unsure, maybe even scared. There's no hand to catch them now, no voice in their ear, just their own breath, their own balance, and in that moment, they learn they can do it. They discover an inner strength they didn't know they had. They grow. That's what this silence is doing for you. It's not heaven withdrawing. It's heaven trusting you enough to step forward without needing constant confirmation. It's the divine saying, you're stronger than you think. You're ready to trust what you know, even if the signs go quiet. Because signs are beautiful, but they're not your only connection to the divine. They're like training wheels, useful, comforting, and necessary at first, but eventually, you're meant to fly without them. This phase of silence is a spiritual rite of passage, a sacred test, not of worth, but of readiness. Heaven is asking you, will you keep walking even when the lights dim? Will you trust the whisper within you when the world offers no proof? And that kind of trust, that kind of inner knowing, it becomes the foundation of unshakable purpose, of the life that's waiting for you just beyond this moment. The signs haven't left you. They've simply stepped back so you can step forward. You're not lost, dear one. You're being led, quietly, deeply, beautifully. And soon, what's been growing in the dark will rise into light. Archangel Gabriel's role in the silence. In the Bible, Archangel Gabriel appeared during moments that changed everything. He didn't come with thunder, he came with truth. Not noise, but clarity. Not chaos, but divine instruction. And here's the thing most don't realize. Gabriel doesn't only deliver messages, he creates the sacred space for you to hear your own. He is the angel of divine alignment, of calling, of purpose, of whispers, not shouts, of nudges that land not in your ears, but in your soul. And during this time, this sacred pause where everything feels still and signs seem scarce, Gabriel is not absent. He is closer than ever. But he's not speaking through signs right now. He's speaking through the space between them, through the ache in your chest that says there must be more, through the quiet longing in your spirit that asks, what am I really here for? He's the one planting that seed inside of you, the one reminding you of a truth you've buried beneath obligation, fear, and survival. You were not made to merely exist. You were made to create, serve, and shine with purpose. And Gabriel's presence, though soft, is a lighthouse guiding you home. Right now, he's not showing up with a flashing neon sign. He's showing up as a feeling, as a tug, as that sacred discomfort that says this version of life isn't enough anymore. Gabriel isn't leading you to stay where you are. He's preparing you to step into what you're meant to become, to remember the divine purpose that has been waiting for your yes. The question is, will you honor the whisper before it becomes a storm? Will you follow the calling before it turns into a crisis? You don't need to chase another sign, because the message is already inside you. And Gabriel is simply helping you remember how to listen. The danger of misinterpreting the silence. When the signs disappear, the mind gets loud. Doubt creeps in like a thief in the night, whispering lies dressed as logic. Maybe I messed up. Maybe I wasn't spiritual enough. Maybe heaven has more important people to help. And if you're not careful, you'll let that doubt build a wall between you and the divine. You'll start to shrink. You'll start to settle. You'll start to numb yourself to that ache for something more. This is what so many do when the silence sets in. They misinterpret the pause as punishment. They confuse the absence of signs as the absence of love. And they retreat from the very path they were born to walk. But please hear this, dear one. You are not being punished. You are being prepared. This space you're in, it's the chrysalis before the butterfly. It's the deep inhale before the breakthrough. It's the divine holding pattern before you're cleared for takeoff. You're not being asked to earn your worth. You're being asked to remember it. But the world has trained you to override your inner knowing, to silence your spirit in favor of logic, to ignore the whisper in favor of noise. And that's where Gabriel steps in, not to shout louder than the world, but to lead you back to the still, small voice that's been guiding you all along. This silence, it's not here to shame you, it's here to wake you up, because the life you were meant to live, the one that sets your heart on fire and your soul at peace, doesn't begin with noise, it begins with awareness. The moment you realize, this can't be all there is. That's the moment everything starts to change. So don't run from the silence, lean into it, because it's not empty, it's full of truth. And the truth is this, your calling is still alive, your purpose has not expired, and your angels are still fighting for you, even if they've gone quiet. The real reason you feel lost right now. Let's be honest for a moment, because you've been holding so much, you've been showing up for others even when your tank is on empty. You've been putting on a brave face when inside, you're quietly unraveling. You've been managing the to-do lists, the obligations, the expectations, all while feeling like something is missing. And maybe you can't even put your finger on it. You just know that somewhere along the way, you lost something sacred, that spark, that sense of joy, that connection to why you're really here. It's like walking through life wearing someone else's shoes, doing what's expected, but never truly feeling home in your own journey. And that, dear one, is why this silence hurts so much. Because deep down, you remember what it felt like to believe, to hope, to feel led, to sense that your life had a deeper meaning beyond just making it through another day. You weren't made for a life that just looks good on the outside. You were made for a life that feels good on the inside. one that reflects your soul, your essence, your calling. And here's the real truth. The reason you feel lost is because you've been living out of alignment. Your soul is homesick for your purpose. And the longer you ignore that ache, the heavier it becomes. You're not weak for feeling this way. You're waking up. That low hum of discontent? It's your higher self calling you back. Back to the truth that you don't need to hustle to prove your worth. Back to the knowing that your purpose isn't something you have to find. It's something you were born with. Back to the inner compass that's been guiding you, even through the fog. This moment you're in right now, it's not a breakdown. It's a breakthrough waiting to be claimed. And Gabriel is here, gently nudging you to stop settling for what's safe and start choosing what's sacred. Because you weren't meant to drift through life disconnected. You were meant to wake up each day knowing you're on mission. And when you walk in that purpose, everything changes, energy flows back in, peace returns, doors open. And the signs? They come back not because you need them, but because now you're ready to understand what they were always pointing to. The real you, the aligned you, the radiant, purposeful you. What happens when you realign with purpose? Let's imagine something together. You wake up tomorrow not with dread in your chest or a pit in your stomach, but with a calm knowing that your life has meaning. You step into your day not rushing to please or prove, but anchored in a clear, quiet strength. You no longer feel like you're drifting without direction, because your soul has remembered its map. That's what happens when you realign with your purpose. You stop trying to fit into spaces that were never meant for you. You stop giving your time, your light, your love to things that don't feed you. You stop settling for survival and start choosing sacred alignment. And suddenly, life doesn't feel so heavy because the weight that was never yours begins to fall away. Realignment doesn't require you to burn everything down. It begins with a shift, an inner reorientation back to who you truly are. And from that place, clarity begins to flow. The fog lifts. The next step becomes visible. You start making decisions that feel peaceful, not pressured. You attract opportunities that resonate, not drain. And you finally start to see the signs return, not because you're desperate for them, but because now you're ready to receive what they've been trying to show you all along. This is what Archangel Gabriel is offering you now. Not a quick fix, but a sacred reconnection to the path that's always been yours. And the truth is, you don't have to figure it out alone. Heaven is already holding out its hand, with guidance that's clear, divine, and aligned with who you were created to be. The divine invitation. Let Archangel Gabriel lead you back to your purpose, dear one. If your soul has been whispering, there has to be more than this, then this is your confirmation. There is more clarity, more peace, more joy, more fulfillment than what you've been settling for. And it begins with remembering your divine purpose, not the version of life you were told to want, but the one your soul knows is yours. There's a path already laid out for you, a path that doesn't demand you hustle harder or become someone else, a path that gently restores you to yourself. If you're ready to stop wandering and start aligning with your highest calling, then now is the moment to say yes. Celestial purpose and destiny is more than a tool. It's a sacred roadmap infused with Archangel Gabriel's guidance, designed to reconnect you with the deeper reason you were born. Inside, you'll receive spiritual clarity that dissolves confusion, a framework that helps you understand why you felt lost, and step-by-step support to help you move from spiritual restlessness to radiant alignment. This is your invitation to rise above the noise, reconnect with your soul, and walk a path that feels like home. Because when you walk in divine alignment, peace follows, abundance follows, miracles unfold effortlessly. Click the link in the description now to receive your guide and begin the journey back to your sacred path. Your angels have not forgotten you, and your purpose is not behind you. It's waiting, right where your soul left it. Let Archangel Gabriel walk you home. Remember who you are and reclaim what's yours. If you've made it this far, your soul has already started to respond. There's something stirring in you now, isn't there? A quiet echo, a remembering. It's not a coincidence that you're here. It's not random that this message found you, especially on Black Saturday. This moment is sacred. And so is the decision you're standing in front of. You've spent so much of your life caring for others, putting yourself second or last, giving your love, your time, your energy to everyone else, while quietly wondering when your moment would come. This is your moment. Not because everything is perfect, but because something inside you is done waiting. You're done dimming your light, done pretending you don't need direction, done pushing down that inner ache for purpose and pretending everything's fine. And here's what's even more important. You don't need to have all the answers to start. You only need the willingness to say, I'm ready, I'm open, I want to remember who I am. Because you are not broken, you are not behind, and you have not missed your chance. The stillness you've been feeling, it's not the end, it's the beginning. It's Gabriel knocking on the door of your soul, whispering, it's time to come back to your purpose. Let me walk with you. So dear one, if you feel the pull, honor it. Leave a comment below and simply say, I'm ready to realign. Not for me, for yourself, for your soul, for the version of you that's been waiting to rise. And then, click the link in the description and receive celestial purpose and destiny today. Let this be the moment you choose alignment over anxiety, clarity over confusion, destiny over delay. You were never meant to walk this path alone, and you were never meant to stay lost in the waiting. Archangel Gabriel is ready. Heaven is ready, and now, so are you. Subscribe for more divine messages, signs from the universe, and angelic guidance that meets you right where you are. You are seen, you are loved, you are being called forward. Say yes, and step into the life your soul has always remembered.